All right, welcome back to the dorm. I'm your host, Leo, and I'm back with
Bryan, Oscar, Zach.
and we have another special guest with us today, second on the show. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Jazmine. Great to be here. So happy. Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Everyone be nice.
Alright, so you are Jazmine who?
Jazmine Howard.
Jazmine Howard. Nah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am 20 years old. I graduated from Bryan High School. I work at a dentist's office. I'm a dental assistant. I have known these folks, I've known Zach the longest, since I was, I think, 17. Yeah. And
Junior year.
Yeah. And, I don't know really what else to say about myself. I don't have any cats or dogs. I wish I did. No kids. Yeah. That's about it.
That she knows of.
Before we go any further, I just want to go ahead and cut you off and say you've known me the longest because I had you in like 7th grade Cubs, and she and I don't even remember her name.
Amelia. I
would bully
actually.
the fuck out of me.
But no.
That's actually, it's funny that you bring that up actually.
No, we actually were talking about this before because Oscar said that I had my crew class with him in 8th grade, but I distinctly remember having my crew class with you and me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Me and Amelia. You didn't talk much, so we would come and talk to you every single day, even though you did not want us to talk to you. We would. But then me and Oscar found out that yes, we did have our 7th grade one together.
I say because we had Miss Godel. That was our
Was that
Cubs teacher. Yeah, Miss Godel.
Yes,
That's
in
insane memory.
that one cottage.
Yep.
Yes.
It was like
Okay.
Cottage 7.
Yes.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself.
I also have known you since freshman year. So in school, you were one of like the smartest people I knew. Like
Really?
when we were
That
in
is
class.
such a compliment.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
We can debate over
Well,
that
like
for a little bit.
I
had you at least in like AP English, and it looked like everybody was coming to you for answers. So I just wanted to see like how like hard did it hit you, or like what were your plans to go to college after high school or no?
I feel like I always, like, when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to college, like, right after high school, like, that was the plan, you know, but I started slacking, I feel like, I don't know, I just didn't put in the work to, like, get scholarships and, like, do as good as I possibly could in the classes, which, you know, it happens, it's okay. Also, when COVID happened, I had all my credits and I graduated early, so I just was kind of over school at that point, and, but things change. I like where I work now. I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I've had with my job. I have a lot of mentors there, and I learn stuff either way, outside of college or not. But I'm not working on a degree or anything at the moment, but I'm still working on something that's meaningful at least.
Would you ever consider going to college?
Yes, I actually. So with this test that I'm going to take, the national certification test for dental assisting, after I pass that, because I'm going to pass, I plan on trying to go back to college and work on something outside of dentistry to kind of pursue my passions more, because I feel like I've lost what I'm passionate about. And I don't know exactly what it is, but I just don't feel a lot of passion for things right now. But I'm trying to work on it, so. But it's there, but it's not, I'm not as driven, I guess.
So like did it hit you at all that like that you knew that you weren't gonna go to college then, like with a scholarship?
No, not really. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like stressing about it. If my dad always said if I wasn't gonna go to college, then I'd have to work full time, and I do. I already knew the options, and honestly, sometimes it's nice to wait to go to college too. Like I found like the beauty in it because you can see the world a little bit before you decide on what you're gonna study and what you're gonna put money into. And so I get to learn more about myself before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a degree in this. I'm gonna try to pursue a career in this. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to step in there and say you make a good point, because I think one thing we've all vouched for is if you don't know what you want to do, I don't think college is for you, like right away,
sure.
at least. I think we were all kind of like blessed with the opportunity to be able to kind of navigate our way through college with a little bit of like leeway.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just liked what she said. The fact that if you don't know what you're doing, like go and explore, maybe find some things that you like doing, and then you can kind of dig deep into that later on in life. But yeah, so if you did go back to school and you said you wanted to explore something outside of dentistry, is like there's anything in particular yet?
I actually, when I was in school, I was in the agriculture academy, and I did really like learning about environmental science and animal science, and I feel like that's something I'm more passionate about. I don't acquire more knowledge about it now. I just feel like I go to work, I go home, I chill, I feel like I'm tired at the end of the day, so I'm not doing a bunch of extra things that I want to be doing, but I know I probably should, so I'll start. I've been going through some things, so lately, no, I have not been doing that, but I will. As I'm this like finding myself journey, I'm going to be doing more of those things that I know that I would benefit my future me as well. But yeah, if I did work with like animals, or I worked like, low-key, I want to have a farm one day, I want to have a garden, you know, I want to like be sustainable on my own, and so learning more about that would be really, really cool, and I'd like to educate others on it too.
Talk about like kind of like the build up to your job that you work right now, because I know you said you got into dentistry.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah.
give us like the little background about that.
Yeah, so I feel like people's smiles, like the first thing that you notice on people a lot of the time is like either like their eyes or their smile. That's like what most people I've heard say. Me personally, I've always noticed like teeth first, and especially on myself, like growing up, I wasn't taken. No, I wasn't taken to the dentist growing up because my family. There's just sometimes, you know, like checkups and taking to the dentist, like taking to the eye doctor, some people don't realize that it actually is pretty important. And so when I turned 18, I was more insecure about my smile growing up, and I knew that the health of my teeth wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and that's just something I was aware of. So I turned 18, I had a full-time job, and I do have insurance. I'm on my dad's insurance, but he just didn't make appointments for me, so I made my own. And I made my own, and then it was I looked up dentist office near me, and it was a dentist office across the street. And so I went, and I met everybody. I left them a very good review, not knowing I would work there. I still tell them that to this day. I'm like, you're welcome. And yeah, I met everybody there, and then the assistant that was working with my doctor, my boss now, she was telling me about dental assisting, and I don't feel like that's something that's talked about a lot in high school. I never heard about it in high school, like being a dental assistant. And so she was talking about it, and she said she had on-the-job training, and I told her, you know, I was working full-time, and dental assisting school is expensive too. Like, it's just like another form of education. College is expensive, dental assisting school is expensive. So they offered to do on-the-job training for me, which saves me a lot of money, and I'm very grateful for that because I need to work full-time, and like hygiene school or dental assisting school, it's like a full-time thing. It's really hard to work while you're doing that because it's like an 18-month program, I believe. So yeah, anyway, they were telling me about it, and told me to send in an application. It was October of 2021, I believe, and they told me to send in an application, and so I did, but then they went with somebody who had experience to keep their office afloat. You know, bringing in somebody who has no experience whatsoever definitely was probably hard for the people training me because I was just like their shadow for a while, and they had to tell me everything of like how to do anything, and so that was also time consuming too. But that person they hired didn't work out, and then in March 2022 they called me and they offered me a job because there was only 2 assistants and there's supposed to be 4, and so there were some things that were being slacked on around the office. Like, we do like all the cleaning around the office, we keep the office organized, and I do like the inventory, the order lists and stuff like that too. So they just needed help in that part, and so when I first got hired, yeah, I was just basically doing that kind of stuff, like the grunt work, and then I was learning at the same time. Like, when I had time, they were assisting with the doctor. I would go to the break room and I would be reading and learning about like the instruments, the materials used, procedures, and then they started having me assist, and that was scary. I had anxiety every day I went to work, and but it gradually got better as my confidence went up. I was like, oh yeah, I can do this, and I felt better that I felt like I was doing better, so I felt better about going into work, and now I've been there for 14 months.
So would you recommend it for somebody that hasn't gone to college to like look into this type of industry?
Yeah, I mean, if you have an interest in like being in the medical field, but you're not trying to be like a nurse or something or CNA or anything like that. I mean, dentistry is also in the medical field too. So it's nice and it's good hours. I mean, I work Monday through Friday and holidays off. Don't work the weekends. So it's always an option for anybody. Honestly, it's pretty fun. Cool.
Looking around the room, whose teeth would you not want to work on?
Hey, show that smile though.
Be
I would
brutally
work,
honest.
no, honestly, I would work on anybody's teeth in this room. I have seen, and this is not, I'm not judging anybody that comes in, but there's you guys in here that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
Nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Nothing
I wanted to ask, what was like the craziest thing you've seen?
this lady fell down. So I get a lot of patients that come in because I have a lot of older patients. My oldest patient I have worked on is 96, and she has almost all her teeth. I would love, oh my gosh, if I'm 96, I want to have all my teeth. She even has her wisdom teeth. But anyway, so a couple patients I've had have taken falls, and then I had to come in and get just see if their teeth are mobile at all. And this one lady, she fell, and actually 2 cases. So one lady came in and she had pieces of her tooth that broke in her lip that we had to surgically remove. And another one, the lady's lip got caught in between her teeth. And so we have to take her lip out and then do stitches or like the sutures on it.
Was it hard to deal with something like that? Like, was it not like weird to like, or like how do you, I don't know, like I couldn't deal with like that'd make me like want to not be in the room with you. I'd be like, you can deal with that. Like I just couldn't like work on someone because it sounds like gross.
I mean, I feel like when you first start doing it, like when I first started doing extractions and like you see like a lot of blood, sometimes like, ooh, you know, but no, I mean, I just feel like I want to help the patient, you know, like they're obviously like distraught because they just took a hard fall and if your teeth break, you know, like that sucks.
Big deal.
Yeah, that sucks. So honestly, you know, I just try to offer them comfort in that moment. I'll be like, oh, you know, it's not that bad. It's really not. I've seen this before. Don't worry.
Put up a front. That's actually funny.
We'll get on to the next topic. This is one I think we all said that we wanted to kind of hear from you. But you're kind of into like Zodiac and like crystals and like witchcraft and
Yes.
and throw all this stuff out there. And like, I guess we'll just start off with like what kind of got you into like that type of stuff. Like, how did you?
That is a great question.
Appreciate
and I will
that.
answer it. My aunt, so I will put this all on her. She did Reiki therapy, so it's like a healing. So like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a healing practice, I would say. And you have people that come in and you work with their energy, and you kind of see where they're harvesting more energy, I guess, like stuck energy that they need to work through. And so she did that to me one time when I was 14, and so I was like, wow, this is interesting. She took me to my first crystal store, the Next Millennium. Shout out to them. Love them. Sorry.
Whoa,
No
whoa,
promo.
bleep that out. We're not getting paid. We're not getting paid,
Not
bro.
sponsored.
No, but they're a great crystal store. That was my first one I ever went to, and I still go to that one to this day. I go there probably twice a month. And yeah, my aunt, she had tarot cards and she had a pendulum and she did readings on me and stuff. And she had crystals that she introduced me to. And so when she would do readings on me and I would see the pendulum actually move, I was like, whoa, that's cool. And yeah, so it kind of just took me down that wormhole, and then I started to get more information for myself and look into it and my own zodiacs and my birth chart and find crystals that I felt like could aid like with my healing. And so I did. And yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. It's very broad. There's a lot of like little things, like you can go into little things. Like astrology is a very broad topic, you know what I mean? So yeah, but I just think it's interesting, and also the way that I look at life, it helps me with my beliefs, I guess, like have more insight and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
So that's what I was about to ask. Like, is it a hobby for you, or like it's actually something you use in your day-to-day life?
It's like a way of living for me, I guess. Like people have their religions and their beliefs. My beliefs is more like spiritual, and I believe in like the power of the universe, and I believe in like universal consciousness and stuff, and how we're all connected in a way. And I think that everything happens for a reason. I think that we all have a purpose and a path, and we're all moving towards moving forward in that path. You know, everything that we do is moving us closer to those things. You know.
So, I guess this is more for like zodiac horoscopes and stuff, where people get like their daily horoscope.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let those things like control your day, or is it just more of like a guide for you?
Yeah, I personally don't check my daily horoscope or anything like that. I do see when the moon is in like a certain zodiac. I do look at those things and okay.
Keep it together over there, man.
Yeah, I believe the moon moves into a new zodiac sign every 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. But no, I just take what resonates and kind of move forward. I'm not going to be like, oh, it said that I'm going to do this and this today. That's exactly what's going to happen. No, not at all. But yeah, I just like pretty much with anything you hear, or you just kind of take what resonates, or that you thought that maybe you should apply to your way of thinking or life, and you go about your day. That's what I do with learning more about like spirituality and stuff too.
Do you think you could guess their, like, you already know mine, but do you think you could guess their horoscopes, like, based off who they are?
I think I could try, but I haven't been around you guys long enough to really get like a feel for.
She don't mess with y'all.
Well,
That's what she's saying.
Let's let her get a better feel. I just wanted to ask, what is there like a, so you're in the culture of like zodiac signs, right? Can you spot out like a fake like zodiac person? Like, is that like a thing? Like, you're like, oh, yeah, like a poser. Yeah, a poser.
I mean, if I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody about it, then I can probably tell a little bit into the conversation how much they actually know about what I'm saying. But I'm also not the deepest person into astrology either. You know what I mean? So it kind of varies. Somebody could just be touching the surface. Somebody could just, you know, putting their toes in the water. You know what I mean? Like, you can know a little bit or you can know a lot, but that doesn't mean that you're a poser. You can like it and not have a lot of information about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She a poser too.
I was gonna ask, like, how far deep in do you think you are?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the furthest in there. Like, I don't know. So, like, with birth charts, for instance, I know, what, like, the planets represent in the birth charts and stuff. I know about the big three, and, I understand my birth chart, but there's a lot that goes into them, like, houses, and it's kind of confusing. Okay, so the houses, so if your zodiac is in like a certain house, then that can give you more insight about your life path, because there's a lot of things that people have seen repeating over time. So they're like, oh, if your zodiac is in the 5th house, then you're more likely that this happens in your lifetime. You know, that's just an example. But I don't know about that kind of stuff. So I'm not like that deep into it. And yeah, but I feel like I have some pretty good opinions, and I know a lot of concepts and stuff. You know, I formed a lot over time. It's not even everything I read. As I go about life and I experience things, I kind of set my own pace to things as well.
I guess from your experience or people around you, has it ever like rung true? I guess like initial judgment you've made on people that like things would turn out as a certain way. Like, let's say you or a friend of yours got like together with somebody and you're like, oh, that's just not gonna work out because they were, I don't even know the signs, they were
like not compatible with their zodiac signs. Well,
that means she has to.
Well, I mean, yeah. So for every zodiac sign, there's an element that goes along with it. So I'm an Earth sign, and there's obviously Earth, fire, air, water. And so certain elements are more compatible, and you have, what is there, 8 planets and the big 3. So, and then you have other aspects as well, like you have your Lilith and your end node. Those are more deeper into your birth chart. But if I look at somebody's birth chart and I can see the signs that they have compared to the ones that I have, like their elements, like some people are more, so they have more earth in their chart or whatever, or they have more air in their chart, you can kind of tell like where they're gonna butt heads. Like fire signs, like there's like generalized things of like about each element. So earth signs, I'm an earth sign.
Wait. Can we guess what you are?
Sure.
Let's
Do
let's
you
go
guys-
around.
Do you guys even know the zodiac means?
I know.
I think I know.
I
I feel like I'm the most knowledgeable here.
Hell no.
Yes.
That's 'cause
you're a-
What do you mean?
Me.
No, I know you aren't.
Trust. I already know
What's
what she
your
is.
rising sun?
I already know it. And I know my moon too, bro. Trust. Anyways, you go first. What do you think she is?
What do I think
You've
your
known
main
me-
one is?
You've known me. What's my sun?
Oh, you're.
Also, your sun and your rising are different.
Or if
Wait,
you know
I
it,
actually
if you
know
know
that.
it, give
I
us a
just said
chance.
I don't know. I might know it because.
I've told you how many times.
Yeah, I might not know it.
Alright, then
so maybe
Leo,
you
you
guys
start.
should
Yeah,
know.
Leo, you start.
I bet
Taurus.
That's a good guess.
Well,
And
we got
I
a
actually-
hand, bro.
You know
She's
what?
actually
I actually appreciate the fact that you guessed that because they're like my second favorite sign.
I was going. I was just kind of like reaching for there, but I appreciate.
You should have told me
a
it was
good
wrong.
guess.
Oh yeah.
So that way they didn't. Now they have one knocked off.
Okay, I didn't even know Taurus was one.
Yeah.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Can we skip me and then come
No,
back
go
to
off, bro. You said you were most knowledgeable, bro.
Yeah.
Those
Really,
are your
bro.
guess too, huh?
And
That was-
it better be an earth sign, bro. She gave us that
Oh, I
hand
forgot
at
about
least.
that.
Earth sign?
There's 3 earth signs.
And Leo already said one
That's
of them.
easy, bro.
There's 3 people, so one of you better get it.
You know it.
And
You
that's
know it,
crazy
you know
though.
it.
Do I know it?
So think.
It starts with a C.
Oh.
Oh.
I
okay,
think
what
I
is
know
it?
it.
What is it?
There's only like one that starts with the C.
Everybody. Has,
Yeah.
There's one that. There's.
Yeah,
2
I know it now.
There's
I know
two?
it. I know
There's
it.
two.
No,
There's
Oh, there is?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only
Oh, okay.
one's a water sign.
One's a water. I know which one's the water though.
Okay, no, I know what it is.
which
I know what
one's
it is. I know what it is.
Go say it then.
You're a Capricorn.
Yes, I am. Great.
Wait, yeah. I knew it.
Yes.
Once you
I'm
said
a
that.
Capricorn sun, a Libra moon, and a Capricorn rising.
So
I
do
think
you want
I
to
have
go?
that same-
So-
I think I have that same rising moon
A
Mercury.
Capricorn rising. I think you do actually.
Hey, bro, want to be so compatible so bad, bro. Hey, that's my bad though. So go into.
That's what we're on. Say nothing, say nothing.
Go into like each one. Like
Okay.
describe what each one
So
means.
your sun is kind of like your outer shell, how other people view you. So I'm a Capricorn, and Capricorns, like Earth signs, they're viewed more as like grounded individuals, I would say, more in touch with nature. Maybe I'm just being biased, but also Capricorns. I think I said this before, or Earth signs in general. One thing about them, and it's a little bit of a negative, but I'm gonna hold us accountable anyway. We have a problem with being stubborn and thinking that we're right. I know I do. My brother's a Taurus. He's an Earth sign. I know he is not. If you watch this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, I kind of have a problem with like criticism in a way too. I definitely do. That's one of my flaws. And I think that Earth signs are pretty funny. I think they have a more dry sense of humor, more sarcastic sense of humor. But yeah, so that's me just going in about the elements. But yeah, you're
Definitely biased.
She said funny?
That's really
She said-
biased.
All of a sudden you got all the good traits, bro. All of a sudden you got all
That's
the good
crazy.
traits.
That's
I
crazy.
started with the bad one, okay? I was trying to
That was the
balance
best.
it out. I was trying to balance it out. Okay. But not that I'm perfect or anything, but pretty close. But anyway, so yeah. Your sun, yeah, it's like I said, like your outer shell, how other people view you in like a social setting and everything. Your moon is your emotional side, so how you deal with your emotions, how you process them. So I'm a Libra moon. My sister is actually a Libra. It's an air sign. I actually really like Libras. I think that they're very intriguing. Also because they have a really like I don't give a fuck attitude, and I really would like that. I would love to have like a I'm not worried about you, I'm only worried about me attitude, but that's just not the case. Sometimes I will say air signs are a little too much in their I don't care. Like they won't see where the other person is coming from because they don't think it's that. Like if they don't think it's important, they don't think it's dramatic, or like that it has like, you know, enough hold on them, they're gonna be like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like you're reaching and like kind of dismiss it. I will say, but I think that they're pretty solid individuals, so I think that they have really good energy. Air signs, love them. One of my best friends is also an air sign. She's a Gemini.
But like, is that how you are emotionally though? Like
I don't care.
Yeah.
No, your emotions for the zodiacs are different from how they affect your sun, moon, and rising. So if I'm a Libra moon, I'm not going to be the same as someone who's a Libra sun because it'll affect me differently.
I'm gonna
He
pretend
didn't-
like I
he
heard
didn't
that.
get
Yeah,
He did not
yeah.
catch a single one of those words.
And then what was the last one you said?
Rising. So it's actually how you really are, how you view yourself. And my sun and my rising are the same. So the way I view myself, the way people view me is very similar.
So Capricorn.
Capricorns. And my Mercury's in Capricorn too, and that's about communication. So if your Mercury and your sun are the same, you're good at telling stories. Apparently, I've read before. I think I am. So I would say there's some.
Okay, now go
Now
around.
Now guess them.
Okay.
You know Zach's,
He's a Sagittarius. He's a fire sign.
and tell us a little bit
fire,
about what we should know about Zach.
Here,
Yeah.
this. Oh, say what you were gonna say.
Fire signs?
I was gonna say, just give us the bad thing so we can roast the fuck out of
Okay,
him.
Nah,
sounds
but
good.
like-
Sounds good. I'll do it. So fire signs, they are a little. So Zach, I don't know if he has like an earth sign thrown somewhere in there, but they're a little hot-headed for sure, I would say. And
Yeah.
if they think they're right, they will argue with you about it. If you offer a differing opinion, they will let you know they do not agree. Instead of being like, I understand where you're coming from. No, that's not the case. That's I feel like for a more like emotionally immature fire sign. If they're more mature than I'm sorry.
Why is everyone nodding, bro?
Nah,
Everyone-
it
everyone-
does, yeah, that's
everyone
fine.
nodding.
Really
That's
connecting
valid.
dots right here.
Yeah.
She going toe to toe with you. Bar for bar.
Yo, you were joking when you said this stuff. You were joking.
I'll name some good ones because my best friend's a fire sign, and if she watches it,
That
she's
me-
not gonna be happy.
Oh, she?
Oh, okay.
So
That was me again. That was me again.
anyway,
Here we go again, bro.
anyway.
Hey, man, what you doing, man?
Anyway, but no, yeah, fire signs. When they you can get across to them, like when you can communicate with them, I feel like it takes a little bit of time for them to like get out of their own head, like, and thinking that they are like godly. Once you pass that point, they're actually great to talk to, and they will see where you're coming from. It just takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of time, and holding your friends accountable, honestly, at the end of the day. But fire signs are leaders, I will say that. They will take control of the situation.
Yeah, that's the
Give me
only
some
one
for
she
that.
missed on.
Yeah, that's the biggest miss. I can't
Bro,
lie.
the thing is, none of this is right. That's the problem. Like, other than the leader one.
Oh,
Like this.
You
This
listen
is.
to the good stuff, you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good
This,
stuff,
this, is,
right?
this,
Yeah.
is, this is why I don't like this. Why I don't follow this type of stuff because like they're just trying to make me look bad. Like they don't want me to.
You
They
make
don't want me to
yourself
be.
look bad. Anyway.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
No, but fire signs, yeah, I feel like they're leaders for sure. They're gonna take control of the situation. They'll let people know like what they're thinking. Like just what as I just said about like when they think they're right, they'll let people know like if they disagree, but they'll let a whole group of individuals know like their thoughts on a certain topic. I feel like I've seen it before, but I could just be speaking from my own experience. I don't know how much truth there is to everything, but this is just from my perspective.
So there's
You- but-
nothing good about me.
No, but that's serious. Do you think you agree with the things she said?
Like, do I think I'm like that?
Yeah.
I might be. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm very like.
I don't think you're too argumentative.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
maybe
very
in
like.
certain situations, but I mean, I think that if you do think you're right, then you'll argue that
I guess.
for sure.
I guess.
But that's okay. I mean, if you think you're right and you're passionate about whatever you're talking about, that's another thing. Fire signs are passionate, and that'll be
Lost me there. Can't
No.
lie, you lost me there.
No,
That's unreal, bro.
they're passionate within their like emotions. I would say, like if they feel strongly about something, on either side, like if it's really good or really bad, they feel very strongly about it. But that, I feel like their good outweighs the bad for sure.
And then let's go.
That's
That's enough of Zach. Honestly.
Whoa.
I'm tired of that, but
Shit all
go
bad
go
things about
go go on, Leo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess what his sign is?
Go and then I'll tell you.
And then like, take us through the process of like how you're trying to guess this.
Well, now I feel like if I get it wrong, then you guys are gonna think that I'm a poser.
No, but like it's good.
No, I mean, you know
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Like you've barely been talking to us, so it's like it's just a guess.
Okay.
And she don't mess with y'all.
Facts.
Facts, no cap, 100.
Anyway, so I don't know. Leonel's pretty like calm and I mean that's all I've really thought about you since I've known you is like you're just really calm, like you're just collected. I would say.
What can I say? What can I say?
Why'd you start off with a good thing for him?
Well, I mean,
Well,
she's
I
just
know
guessing.
you personally.
She's just guessing
I
right
know,
now.
like I've
Alright.
known you, and like we've talked quite a bit. I've talked to you a lot more than I've talked to you now.
You known him longer though.
That is true.
He didn't mess with her
You
back
said
then,
it,
though.
yeah.
He didn't mess with her.
hmm.
Can we all guess? Because I don't know either.
I can tell you.
I know
after,
it.
And
Oh yeah, let's. I mean,
I'll say
We
I
can
make it
all
guess.
get. I don't know what yours is.
oh, okay. Well, and again, I can tell you after, and then you can make your assumptions after
Okay.
or your conclusion.
Everyone guess. And
So
then
we'll
say
let the
who's right.
professional go and then the amateur hour.
I don't know. You seem like. I'm trying to think. You seem like your birthday is like in the beginning of the year. Like, no, I'm off, aren't I?
Hey, no hints.
No,
No,
I'm
hey.
not off, or I am. I am.
No hints,
hints.
bro.
Oh,
That's the last
just-
one.
Yeah, just.
That's how
I gave you guys the element and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so tell me beginning or end of the year.
closer to the end.
Closer to the end.
It's gotta be
That knocks off a couple. So
Yeah. I knocked out at least 6.
Closer to the end. Are you Libra?
No.
No.
What do you think
What do I think?
that Leo is?
that.
I mean, I know it already, so
Oh, you do?
I know everyone's here.
Oh,
You're-
for real?
Yeah.
you're-
Alright,
you're-
don't guess,
go
don't
on.
guess.
I know
Go
everybody's
on.
Alright, no,
that's because I know
we'll
you
let
guys'
we'll just let
birthdays.
her do it. 'Cause
Do
she's
you
a
know it?
professional.
Do you know it? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Brian's
I
my
don't even
rising
know the
sun.
guess, bro.
Was that wild?
Alright, so
Bro, just go on. Go on. Guess
so
the next
Libra,
person,
you
bro.
guess Libra because he's a calm
Well,
person.
He just seems like he could be an air sign, I would say.
Yeah.
I feel like they're more of a go with the flow kind of person.
Okay, well Brian already knows mine, so I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
I'm a Virgo.
You're that was, not even to be that kind of person, but I was thinking it for a second, but I was like, no, I don't know if he's an earth sign, because I said earth sign,
I
and
was thinking that
nobody
too.
guessed it.
Yeah,
There
no,
we go.
I was thinking that too. Like it
That
was in
makes a
my
lot of
head.
sense, though.
September
Not-
2nd.
Now tell us a little bit about Leo. What are Virgos
Virgos?
about?
Yeah.
Well, I, again, probably biased, I'm a fellow earthy, so I like all my earth signs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I just think they're
Jimmy,
more. I think they're more of calmer, like collected individuals. I think they're more grounded and they can speak logically and they can decipher what people are trying to say. Like they can understand what people are saying. Like when you communicate with people, you can hear what they're saying and you probably listen and you. I feel like earth signs are not really judgmental people. I think that you just try to be more understanding of where people are coming from. But earth signs also, I feel like, hide a lot of their emotions sometimes. If you're not in tune with your emotions, you probably don't communicate about them too much. And it's harder for them too. 'Cause
Hey,
the
bro.
earth
She went.
signs-
Hey, bro.
She went 12
I
rounds
might,
with me.
I might take the
Toe-to-toe.
leap over, bro. I might take a leap over. This is making a lot of sense right now.
No, earth signs feel a lot of things, and I feel like they feel things deeply more so than they let on. And the hardest thing for an earth sign to do is communicate about how deeply they may feel. But when somebody when they trust someone and they are comfortable enough around them, then they'll express it. But it's those dark, really deep things that you don't tell people. Those are what you still you haven't talked about yet, and that you're still probably dealing with
Wow.
inside.
Wow.
You better start crying. I'm not even gonna lie.
Maybe. Move on. Next.
Okay, wow.
She's
Yeah.
scared me. She's
No,
scared
yeah. But I know you, and like I would have said the exact same thing. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Alright, but Brian?
What sign is he? Honestly, I
Just take a guess. Shot in the dark.
He lies about his birthday too.
Don't look at the Lacoste sweater.
I would say an Aquarius.
Aquarius?
Yeah.
Nah, I
Bro.
think that's like completely off.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I know what you are. You're definitely a
A
Cancer.
Gemini?
Nah, that's completely off too.
No, you're capping, bro.
I
Yeah, I have
am.
no idea, honestly.
Do I go?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm the same as Leo.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you agree with
Okay.
what she said then?
Huh? Nah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm very judgmental.
That's because he's you know how there's like a time window where it's awkward between two
So
signs?
he's on the cusp.
Yeah, he's
So
definitely
you're
like
You're
Loser.
I'm on the 13th. That's my. He's the second.
So you're
I'm the
between.
13th.
So what? It's Virgo and then Libra. Yeah. So Libras just speak their mind, honestly. So they just be saying what they think. But no, I think the difference probably within you two is just deeper into your charts. You guys don't have the same exact signs for everything, unless you do, and I'm wrong. But I don't think that you have the same.
Exact same. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I don't think you have the same sun, moon, and rising. So the way that you deal with your emotions and the way that you communicate is probably different from me. I mean, I can tell sitting here with you guys, but there are similarities. You guys are both a little more quiet, for sure.
That's just because they don't
And
got friends, bro.
Well,
They
maybe
don't got friends. They don't got nobody to talk
they're probably
to.
not
I just don't want to
quiet.
be here, to be honest.
Oh, bro.
Not on my episode.
Just kidding.
No, but I think that with earth signs, I'm an earth sign, but I'm more, as I've gotten older, it's easier for me to talk to people. Plus, I work with people every single day, so my social skills have gotten a little bit better. But earth signs are a little more standoffish until they really know who they're talking to. My opinion.
Why you not?
Well, what? You guys are not.
I mean,
even-
it's true. I
do
feel
it,
like you
do it.
said that.
Do him.
I don't even know your birthday.
You seem like you would be a
I know.
fire sign, but I could be wrong. Like you'd be like a Leo or something.
I think I'm comfortable saying you are completely off.
Yeah.
Yeah? Dang.
So you're a water sign?
He's the worst one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, the worst
A
one?
Pisces?
I only know this because he's the
That's
same one as my
crazy.
girlfriend.
Are you?
No.
No, I was about to say. Sorry, no offense to Pisces
Cancer.
or anything. Are you a Cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, really? They're my sister sign.
Really?
Yes. So
Come
every
on,
sign has
bro.
a sister sign. So it's like your half birthday kind of sign. So mine is Cancer. So I actually like Cancers. My best friend's little sister is a Cancer, and I chat with her quite a bit.
And how are they? Other than the like.
Everybody says that they're so
Bad
emotional.
parts.
I think that they just feel their emotions. Like they might feel them on the surface more than other people, and that's why they say they're emotional, which is okay. But for men and women, it's different. The zodiacs and men and women are definitely very different because men and women are different already. You know what I mean? But Cancers, I feel like when they tell me things, I can see where they're coming from. Like, I don't think that they're being dramatic. I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. You know what I mean? I like Cancers. Maybe I'm just biased again because they're my sister sign, so I'm like, we're cool, you know? But, yeah, I think that I think Cancers are pretty smart. I think that they're smarter than they let on most of the time. And, yeah, I don't have too many opinions about Cancers because
Hey, the good ones. The good ones really feel good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't get any good ones.
I think
Makes
that
sense.
I'll throw one in there. That's not, I mean, however you take it, but I think that Cancers sometimes take out of context what people say, and well, everyone perceives things in their own way, but they might be hurt by something someone said before actually just taking a step and be like, no, they didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head with that one for sure. It's like I guess like a basic example is like when we go and play basketball. You know what I mean? When you get like heated very fast for like the wrong things. Even like on call, like on like fouls, we weren't like intended to make either, and you're just like, oh, that's how we're gonna play. You're
I
so
guess,
quick
but
to
that's
like.
not. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's interpreting words.
I'd
That's
say
You
interpreting-
just are a
you're-
little more defensive.
I think
Yeah,
I think
I
you're
guess, yeah.
reactionary though. I think you're very.
Yeah, I think that they're a little bit more defensive, quicker than another sign, you know. But I still like them at the end of the day. I feel like I see why they get mad, but at the end of the day, it maybe didn't need to be that deep, you know.
Mhm.
You know where you lost me on that one was you said a little bit smarter than they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I think
you
lost me a little
I
bit
knew
there.
he was gonna. You took a shot at Pisces.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Pisces.
No, but like I want to know
Don't
why.
be sorry.
Because they're lazy.
No.
And they smell or what?
I just
Yeah,
I
that too.
feel like well, I
Cheeto
have a
feet?
friend. Like I said, it just depends on your birth chart. You know, there's more to go into than just your sun sign. Because I have a friend who's a Pisces too, but I just haven't always been the most compatible with them. Like it's not even just pertain to one person. It's been like a couple people that I just am like I don't know. Like,
What are some strong signs that we're talking to Pisces though? Like when you talk to them, what do they give off?
You know, I don't want to offend any signs around here, but I
Ego
just
Offend them.
no.
Literally.
This is why we're here. This is why
I know
we're here.
some good Pisces. Like it's not even.
She's Catholic.
And I even threw out. I'm sorry. Because I know if there's a Pisces that watches and I really like them, I'm gonna be so sad for them. I'm I'm so sorry. But
Don't be sorry.
Literally, don't be sorry.
Just rip them apart. You already called them
Literally.
out. We already know you don't
Like,
like
we
them.
know you
I-
hate them, like, for real.
I don't hate them. I don't. I
So put on
just
that front, bro.
I just don't. I haven't always got along with Pisces because their emotions are just a little different than an average. Not an average. Let me not. But their emotions are just a little bit different. The way that they react to things and the way that they handle situations, I just feel like is a little bit not my cup of tea.
So they're dramatic.
Not dramatic, but the way that they handle it is not aligned with the way that I would handle something. And not saying that my friends and I have to be the same or anything like that, but I just don't like when people are like vengeful or when they are like doing something to spite someone. Like I'm just not, I don't really agree with that. I don't think that's how you should go about things when things end, for instance. But that's everybody's own opinion, however you want to deal with something, you deal with it, but that's just not how I would personally.
I just want to say this just because I'm very skeptical and I don't believe in any of this.
Okay.
But so
That's okay.
I kind of just want to see like what you think. Like, do you feel like it's ever like very like broad or very general? And also since like there's so many of them, like you said, like there's the rising, the moon, and then like there's even like it goes even deeper than that, like with the houses and stuff. Like, do you feel like it can just like capture like anything, and then like people will just like hear the ones that they feel like resonate with them, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's true, and then they'll kind of believe it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you have a little bit more emotional depth, then you can hear what you don't want to hear, and you can take that too, not just not with just what like resonates with you. You can hear what doesn't feel too good, and you can be like, yeah, that's true too. But I think that sometimes it is more general and is more broad, but going deeper into your own birth chart, your own natal chart, and it gets more personal in that way. And I think that that's where I take more of my information and more of like insight into myself. Like I take it more from there than just like one thing about my whole my sun sign. That's the most common one to talk about. And so if I see something just about that, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like that's 100%. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, that's me, because that's not fully what makes up who I am.
Do you feel like learning about this is kind of beneficial to you? Because like how you're saying, like it kind of helps like kind of understand like more your like emotional side and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that it has helped me look at myself in different ways, in like a different light, and take accountability in ways that I didn't know were like as deep as they are, like about my emotions or about the way that I communicate, about the way that I love, or things like that. I think that it's helped me learn more about myself throughout this process. And I think that with astrology, if you're into astrology, you're probably more of a spiritual person, and I think that it aligns with a lot of those things as well, like the way that you view life in itself and like the magic in life. Like I think that life is magical. I think that the universe is powerful, and I think that it affects. Anyway, I think that it has an effect on my day-to-day life every day. I think that I have angels guiding me and helping me stay aligned, and that's just the way I view life. That's what helps me get through. Just like anybody's belief, like even in God or whoever you may believe in, that's what helps them to get through life and fulfill whatever purpose they may think they have. So this is what helps me.
When you learn about these things, like, do you feel like you can kind of like change them and kind of like change them for like the better, or do you think they're kind of like things you have to accept and because like they're set in stone?
I think that with the things I learned about myself, I think that I can change. I can be more aligned with that person I know I want to be. If there's something about myself that I am not proud of, or that affects somebody else in a negative way, because I understand my intentions in life, and my intentions in life is to be true to who I really want to be and be honest and a true individual to others as well. And so when I recognize things that maybe aren't the best within me, I put in the work, and I self-reflect, and I take the time to try to find that reason as to why it's going on, what made it come out of me, like how I can react better the next time. And it's not easy, for sure, like holding yourself accountable and realizing where you messed up and how you negatively affected somebody else, and putting yourself like being like, I was wrong for doing that. That's hard to do, but it's definitely worth it. And I go to therapy, like I work on my things with the professional and stuff, but she's more of a holistic therapist, so we kind of go more into the spiritual realm, I would say. That's what works for me, but yeah, it's a process in life. It's just about learning more about yourself. I feel like you're always constantly evolving and growing and just trying to do better each day.
Could you talk about like that therapy session, a holistic therapy?
Yeah, that's more like natural practices, like so in more spiritual practices, I would say.
So what is that like? What does a session look like?
Like a therapy session, or like a session with a holistic therapist specifically.
Specifically that one.
So she is just now starting to work on being a more holistic therapist. We've just been doing talk therapy, but she's taking more sessions to become more educated in that kind of realm. So we've kind of made a treatment plan for me. So you have chakras in your body, and so for the next couple months, we're going to be trying to unlock my chakras so that I feel more open and that one thing isn't being neglected. Like you have chakras. So there's 9, and so they're all throughout your body. And if they're blocked, then you could be they're blocked and you might not even realize it. Like there's one for your heart chakra, there's your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your crown chakra, your palm chakras. There's a lot. So, and they all have an effect on you. I believe that I'm very, like our bodies, they are what helps us like have this human experience. They're like a vessel. And so, and we're connected to them. They're not who we are, but it's like, I don't know, we're one, I guess. Like my consciousness, my spirit, and my body. But yeah, I when you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, and you take care of your soul. They're all connected. My dad's always told me like every day you should do something for your mind, body, and soul. And so your chakras like live inside you, and they can be harvesting negative energy that you haven't worked through. And so in my therapy, we're gonna start trying to do things and learn more about the chakras as well together, so that we can do what we need to do to make sure we're living like we're full within ourselves, if that makes any sense.
Have you seen Naruto?
My brother that's so funny. My brother loves that, and he talks about the chakras in Naruto as well. They also have that game. There's like a game where they battle or something, and you can use the chakras against each other. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
So
You're on your own there.
No, but yeah, I've heard about it in anime. Like,
Yeah.
And everyone always tells me to watch anime. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I feel like sometimes I should watch anime because it seems pretty interesting. And it's,
you might like it.
I don't know. I actually did like when my brother put it on. I'd sit down and watch it with him, but I'd never watched it full of myself. Isn't it like really long?
Yeah.
There's like a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I would say so.
I
So
watched Grey's Anatomy. That's like 18 seasons. Anyway.
Well, I was just gonna ask because like you talked about therapy, but I was just gonna ask like, do you think therapy has like helped you a lot, or do you like what do you think some of the benefits like you got from therapy?
I think that I learned more about what has been like ingrained in my subconscious that affects me in ways that I can't see, like the way you grow up and what you're exposed to, relationship styles, what you even see on TV, the way you see people communicate. Even when you're young and they're like, oh, they won't even remember, they won't even realize it. They do, like you do. Your brain does. It kind of wires in a certain way, and so kind of rewiring my brain is what I'm trying to do to break out of negative habits, and so I'm not self-sabotaging. But self-sabotage is, I've read before and I agreed, was like it's kind of like misplaced love for yourself. It's misplaced self-love. Like you're just trying to look out for yourself, but sometimes you don't need to in certain situations. But because you've always seen the other shoe drop, it's like easier to predict that than to predict something good. So it's helped me realize my negative patterns and my unhealthy coping mechanisms, and we're trying to work on correcting those. And yeah.
Would you recommend that everyone like takes therapy, or like do you think it's something like I don't know how to put it into words.
Like person by person?
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on if you're someone who benefits from, venting about things. If you can sit down with your friends and you feel like a sense of relief after you talk about something that affected you, then it could be helpful for you.
So, like, for someone, like how we were talking about earlier, how, like, for example, Leo might not be able to, like, express his emotions as well. Like, do you think someone like him would benefit from that? Or, like, you think he's better off maybe kind of going about his own way?
I think that if you're willing, it all comes down to if you're willing to put the work in, if you're willing to actually open up about it, if you are comfortable enough within yourself to open up with someone else, then yeah, I think that it would be beneficial. And I think everything's what you make it, so if you act like it's not going to help you, then it's probably not going to help you. But if you go in with the mindset that, you know, this could be something that could change the way I feel about myself, change the way I deal with emotions, the way I process things, then it could probably do that for you.
Do you feel like you date toxic men?
I think that, it's not like I've never had an encounter with them, but no, like my last boyfriend, no, he was not a toxic person at all. He was actually a really healthy individual, and with that relationship, like, he taught me a lot, and that relationship made me face things that I didn't realize were an issue within myself, and they brought out reactions in me that I didn't know like would trigger something. And I know trigger is like a thrown around word, but I'm gonna use it. But it brought out things within me that I didn't realize were an issue, like my happiness within myself, or the way I viewed relationships, or things like that. It was just, I don't know. He was a really healthy person. The way he thought about things, the way that he lived his life, it was good. And it didn't align with mine though at the end of the day, because I'm a more serious person, I feel like, and I feel like I'm a more emotional person, and I think that he's emotional, but I talk about mine a lot. You know, I'm very open about my emotions, and I don't know. I have talked to some not so healthy people, but everybody's on their own path and in their own timing, so I never hold it really against them or anything like that.
Okay. Well, this kind of throws me for a loop, because my follow-up was, why do you date toxic men?
Why do you
Or
guys
like
assume?
you can just ask like what makes a toxic man.
Why do you think I would date? Why do you think I would date a toxic person? Like, do you assume that I?
Oh, we
would?
should have asked how many relationships have you been in?
Yeah, because that was kind of what I was gonna say.
Ask it
Because
now.
I only remember talking to you a couple times
Mhm.
before, when we had like a relatively large friend group.
Yeah.
And the only reason I ask is because you've been in one, like in a
Yes.
toxic relationship
Yeah,
before.
I've had 2 relationships so far, and my first one compared to this last one, I'm fresh into a breakup too. It's been a month.
Woo!
Yeah. But no, it was definitely different the way that that person treated me compared to my first boyfriend. But yeah, I don't know. The first one, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. It started off good, and then it didn't get so good, which is okay. At the end of the day, though, I don't have anything against him. We broke up in like 2019, and now I have no hard feelings against him. I would never date him again, but I don't know.
Can you get into it or no?
I don't mind. It's so long ago too, and I was really young. That was my first relationship, and I feel like those first relationship feelings are different than your next one.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, it's your first time experiencing all those things, so it's very intense. And so it's my first time experiencing a breakup, and it was my first time experiencing like negativity from another person, like on that scale. Like, we were romantic partners, and I had never had one before, and I never had been affected by somebody like that before. So that was different, and it was harder to deal with because I also was 16 when we broke up, and so all those hormones running crazy, and it was all brand new feelings. It was all very intense for sure.
So I say, the last guest on our show said that you need that initial breakup to become who you are like today.
I 100%.
Oh my God. So everybody needs a breakup in their life.
I 100% think that first breakup. No, that first breakup does definitely give you some character development for sure. You, like I said, you're experiencing all new emotions. Those breakup emotions are all new. Those grieving feelings, grieving somebody who's still here that you thought that was gonna be here. It's just different. I mean, if you were younger and stuff, not to assume people's lives or anything, but like, people have walked out on others before. But when you have that first intimate connection with someone, and then they leave, or you leave, or however it may go, that's a different kind of feeling to about your days. Like, I was sick with my first relationship. Oh my god, that was so hard. I literally,
Like go through it. Like your stomach hurts, like physically or what?
I developed really bad anxiety after the relationship. Also because he would kind of harass me. Like, he would not leave me alone. I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to get over you, and he was like, not leaving me alone.
You broke up with him or he broke up
I
with
broke
you?
up with him. We broke up a couple times.
Oh.
Yeah,
It was one of those.
it was one of those. But no,
Sounds
we
toxic.
broke up a couple times. And then that last one, it's because he called me ugly, so I broke up with him.
Nah.
Wait.
That's what did
That's what did it.
Yeah.
He called you ugly and you're
Well-
like, I can't deal with this
Well-
anymore.
I mean, if my girlfriend called me ugly,
Yeah, you honestly,
I'm
you're
outta
right,
there.
you're right.
Well, no, because I told him, I said, clearly I'm not what you want, so go find it. You know what I mean? He told me I was decent for a white girl, but compared to other girls, like compared to other races. Exactly. That's coming for something that I can't even.
He
that's
was
how-
hurt, bro. That's a hurt line right there.
Yeah.
That's a very
That's
hurt
not
line.
even
That's a
your fault.
vengeance.
Yeah,
That's a vengeance,
exactly.
bro.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
after that, I mean, he obviously didn't respect me when we were together anyway, but to say something like that, and I can't control the way I look, like my skin color is my skin color, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna look like I'm not gonna look like a light skinned girl, I'm not gonna look like a Latina, I'm a white bitch, okay? Like, take it or leave it, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not like he was dating you and then found out you were white. Like,
That's-
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it was a hurt line. He
Oh,
literally
yeah.
pulled that shit out of his ass
Yeah.
and was like, "What's the most hurtful thing I could say right now?"
So I guess the real question here is, was he a Pisces?
He was actually a Sagittarius.
Oh wow.
It,
Be realistic.
But
I don't
it's
think
different per person. It's different per person.
you broke up with him, right?
I did the last time we broke up, and that's the hardest thing when you really want to be with somebody and you end it because you know you deserve better. Like, that shit's hard because you can go back to them and continue that like negative, like toxic pattern, but you know that like if you love yourself enough, you're not gonna go where you're not wanted or where someone doesn't deserve you. And so yeah, that took me a while to get over for sure, but I'm here now.
Was it really over that comment, or was he doing things?
That was
No,
like a
that
cherry
was
on top?
that. Well, yeah, he was doing other things like we broke up, and then he would still act like we were in a relationship, but not want to put a title on things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so obviously out here fucking with other bitches.
Right.
And then that could be me assuming, but I knew that he was out here like he would be on Facebook, and I know social media is like whatever in relationships what you make it, but he'd be out here hearting like girls' photos and stuff, and obviously I'm not fucking with that. Like, no, I'm sorry, that's disrespectful. Like, famous girls still iffy, but like local girls that you could go over to their house, you're not gonna be giving them attention like that one where you're in a relationship with me. I'll tell you that. Like, absolutely not. And so, yeah, that he was doing stuff like that, and then he told me he loved me, and then he was like, I take it back. I was like, okay.
That's another hurt line.
Yeah.
definitely hurt.
He
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if I'm ready. I think I just said it. I'm like, okay.
How you take it back though? That's
what
crazy.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and yeah, honestly, like I just felt like he would make me feel like I was crazy. Like he was always right and shit. And you know, I'll take accountability when I'm wrong. You know, like I have no problem.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting. Yeah. My 16-year-old brain did not know how to handle that, and yeah, and so yeah, when he called me ugly and he made me feel like, because I was already insecure, I was already like self-conscious when I was with him. My self-esteem was not there. Also, I think that was because he was giving other girls attention, and then having me there, even though he seemed like he didn't want a relationship. Like he would keep me there, but he wouldn't want to be together, and it was just
He was stringing you along.
yeah.
So why did you stay with that? Like,
You accept the love you think you deserve, I guess, and especially when you're attached to somebody as well, it's hard to be like, it's hard to walk away from somebody that you want to make it work with, and when you've seen them be good before, you're like, oh, it was good though, like we could be that again,
We could fix
but
it.
that's not always how it works.
so you stay with the bad, thinking that
Sometimes you stay and you're like, you know, like we're just having problems, you know, you're a little in denial at first, you're like, they're not that bad, and then you look back and you're like, yeah, that shit's not cool.
So kind of so you think it's like kind of like an age thing, like
Yeah,
you were young.
I
Is
mean,
that why?
yeah, I was young. I feel like I've always had more. I feel like I've been well, a little mature. Like I feel like I've gone through things in life that have made me have a little bit more. I feel like my emotions are a little bit deeper. I feel like I've always felt things a little bit deeper. But Yeah, I think it was also an age thing. Like, we were in high school and stuff. I was 16, but I still knew at the end of the day, like, when I broke up with him, like, I knew that that's not what I deserved. So I'd give my 16-year-old props for that. You know what I mean? Like, I walked away from something that wasn't good for me, and that's that. You know, that's not my present now. It's not my future. I'll tell you that. Fuck no. But yeah, no, yeah, and that was the last straw. Like, when he called me ugly and he attacked me, like, and I know you're not everything, like, your looks aren't everything, but if your partner thinks you're ugly, don't be with them. You know, like, why would you be with
That
someone
makes
who's
sense.
ugly?
Yeah.
I'd say that one's pretty, basic level.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, that one kind of speaks
That's,
for
I mean,
itself.
you wouldn't even. I feel like you wouldn't even be with somebody if you really thought they were ugly. You know what I mean?
100%.
No, that's why I said he was just hurt at that
Yeah,
point.
Well, he was hurt and he got broken up with, so he was probably even more hurt.
Yeah.
I would have been hurt too, though. So.
Because it's just like one of those lines where you just say, so you feel bad, and then like, I think he wanted you to come back to him with even like more love.
Oh, I thought.
Because like, I think he was trying to hurt your self-esteem.
Oh yeah.
So you like.
And I left him.
Yeah,
because of it.
exactly.
Please.
Oh.
But yeah.
But I think he was just trying to build
Yeah.
more of that like insecure in you, so like you felt like you couldn't go anywhere else but
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, probably for
Yeah,
sure.
I wasn't thinking that.
For sure.
Now there's levels to this.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Gotta think about it, bro.
You know,
Like, come on,
he's
bro.
done
But yeah,
You
that
been
was
through that?
yeah, that
That's
was
crazy though.
that was my little 16-year-old relationship, but I did just experience my first adult relationship, which definitely felt different. But I think this one was more me than that person. I think that in areas that he had ways that he needed to grow too, in order for us to be more aligned and more compatible. But I definitely did too.
Before we talk about it, can you say this adult relationship? Did you break up with him or did he break
He
up
broke
with
up with me.
you? Okay, and now you guys can ask questions about it.
Well, I guess for this last relationship, do you think it was right person, wrong time, or do you think it was just
Just not
never
real.
gonna work?
That's just not real.
To that, I think that sometimes in life, like, if you're still working on you and you don't have yourself fully figured out, your passions, your happiness in life, like, it's hard to commit to someone on that level sometimes. And I do think that maybe if we were like 25 and we both had lived a little bit more and understood ourselves and our emotions and our mind a little bit more, then it would have been good. But because we were really like, he's a great person. I have all the respect for him as well. Like, and him breaking up with me, I tried to get back with him, but he stuck to his boundaries. He's like, no. So he's a strong person for sure.
Wow.
Like, he's strong. I'm not.
Wow.
He held out.
No,
He
he a
did,
dog for that.
but
he a
that's
dog
good
for
for
that.
him. Like, he felt.
You know his worth.
Yeah.
No, for sure. He felt like I was affecting his peace, and he didn't want to fuck with it. Like, good for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that also, like, people are all like, maybe he wanted to leave it, like, because. So it started because I had brought up, like, I have mental health issues, like, I have anxiety, I have depression, so sometimes, I had never been in a relationship, like, when I was 16, mine weren't as severe as they are now, but I hadn't been in a relationship in so long to deal with them while I'm with someone else, and to see how they would affect my relationship, if that makes sense. So I started to develop some, like, just doubtful thoughts, like, about, like, being in a relationship, committing, like, so young and stuff, and just, like, you know, it was just making me question things, and I communicated that with him, and that was just not cool with him, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want to be with someone who had any sort of doubts like that, which is obviously, like, you know, to each their own. Like, he didn't have to stay with me and work through them with me, or try to repair anything to make it go away.
What did you mean by that though? Like, were you asking for like an open relationship or?
No,
What are you talking about?
Well, she said that she wasn't
Committing?
sure about committing to a relationship.
No, I just think that committing is very serious for me. Like, it's like I'm dating to marry, and it was just getting really serious, so it started to just, like, scare me a little bit.
That's what he said?
No, that's what I said. That's me.
That you date to marry?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's not just a casual thing, so me being 20, you know, and not even, I feel like I'm figuring out who I am, but it was just scary for me, I guess, and I was talking about it, and just having doubts, just about the relationship, and not because of him in any means. Like, he did everything he could to make me happy, but I also think that I'm not as happy as I need to be within myself in order for somebody to fulfill me. And I went into the relationship with the wrong intent, like that it was going to complete me, or if that's what was missing from my life. when if you go in like that, then you're not like a whole person, so it's hard to remain an individual. And so I think I was getting a little lost within the relationship too. And yeah, so I wasn't connecting with myself as much as I needed to. I didn't keep my passions. And that's another thing, I don't have a lot of hobbies, so I think I had a lot of time on my hands to like be overly concerned about like what he may be doing, you know, like.
Were you clingy?
I mean, I'm not like crazy clingy, like you don't text me, that's fine, I'll give you space. We only saw each other like 3 days a week, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm on his ass. And if you don't text me, like we didn't call or FaceTime like that, you know what I mean, either. Like I gave him space for sure. But when I was with him, like I wanted to be attentive to him, I wanted to be present with him, like I didn't want to be on my phone, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not like the clingiest person ever, but if I like you, like I'll let you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll be texting you, you know, like if you don't text me back, I'll text you again. Not saying text me back, but I'll tell you another thing that happened on top of what I already told you, you know. But yeah, I think that relationship, it was a growing experience for sure, and it was really beautiful. Like at the end of the day, like I have nothing bad to say. Like it was a beautiful relationship, and I did really love it. I'm not gonna lie, and I wish that we could be together, kind of. Not to put my business out there. No, but I do wish that we, you know, could be together, kind of. But I honestly think that he's strong, and him telling me no, like, and being like, no, like you need to.
Makes you want him even more.
No. I'm like no. But he's just like. I feel like that shows that he did love me. Like, I know people are like, oh, maybe he wanted to leave and that's why, like, he found his way out, which you could go that route too, but I feel like it's more like, you know, he respected himself, and at the end of the day, he didn't want me to have that anxiety. He didn't want me to be unhappy, and he knew that I was within myself, so he wanted me to go and work on me, you know what I mean, and not be affected by someone else.
I felt like it was good that like you communicated out like what you were thinking with him, just because it's like, you know, you don't want to really waste his time, I guess, in a sense, and like if that's how you feel, then I feel like you should, you know, tell your partner that, just so like be like fully like
everything on the
transparent.
Yeah, and that's what I told him when I was low-key trying to get him back. I was like, I was just trying to be completely transparent with you, but that's out of respect though. Like I don't feel like like if there's something I'm not communicating, I feel like I'm lying in a way, and so I have to say it. You know what I mean? Like.
Can you? Because I'm not really like not explaining. I'm not really understanding like the situation.
It's like
so like just like could you like walk us through like if we were your boyfriend, like give us like the
what
talk.
She said to him.
Yeah. Because I'm like if I got this conversation from my girlfriend, I don't think I'd been like, all right, I'm breaking up with you because you are having doubts. Actually,
yeah, I was about to say
no, but I need to hear it, because like if my girl was like,
I'm having doubts.
I understand. Wait,
it just made you think twice.
But I still want to. I want to see what you said.
So first of all, to say to that, I think it's however you perceive the conversation. I wasn't going in with an expectation that he was gonna be like, oh my god, I can't lose you. Like we have to work on things. No, if he's gonna take it how he's gonna take it, that I respect it. You know what I mean? But I still had to tell him the truth at the end of the day. But no, I was telling him, I was feeling it for like 2 weeks, and I was like really fighting with myself because I didn't want those thoughts there, and it was really affecting me like really badly because I was like, what the fuck, like everything's perfectly fine, like why are they there? And it was like I was fighting myself every day, and I had anxiety when I was around him because I felt bad that they were there. Like I felt like that was wrong of me to even have those thoughts, to even think that. And so it was affecting me, and then I was not trying to let on that it was affecting me. Like I was trying to still be like maintain my same energy, like, oh, nothing's wrong, like, but no. And it got to a point I would be vague about mentioning things, like, you know, I'm working on stuff, I'm going through stuff, you know. I tell him like got like a lot to talk to with like my therapist, like, and like work through, but I would be vague, like I said. And then he asked me like straight up, okay, like what are you having doubts about, like what are your intrusive thoughts about? And I told him like it's just about my happiness in life right now, like where I'm at in life, if this is where I should be, you know, like if this, like about the relationship. And I told him like it makes me have doubts about the relationship, and I was upset and I was crying about it because I didn't want that to be the truth. Like I didn't want them to be there, but I couldn't not tell him about that because I tried not telling him about it, and it just was eating me up. Like
so you were telling him like what though, like
that.
I don't know if I really love
No.
you. Or
Go bar for bar.
No, I was just telling him that it was just making me like have doubts about being in a relationship at the moment because I was just having a little bit of relationship anxiety, like just about like committing to someone if I'm not on, like if I should be alone and I should figure more things out, if I should like just experience life a little bit more before like being with one person for the rest of my life. And you can take that as like, you know, like meeting more people, making more connections, and that's kind of what was also making me doubt things like, is this the like right person for me?
Like
you know
the one.
The one, you know?
I mean, yeah, to hold that like thought of like this is gonna be the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with is a hard thought to deal with. And I just wanted to ask you guys, like, if your girl said that to you guys, would you guys dip or not?
Saying that she had doubts.
Yeah, or like exactly what you just said. Like
Like if she
I'm
came to
fighting these problems. Like I don't know if you're like the one. Or I don't know
That
if you
is
said
not how I
that.
said it.
That's how I'm taking it right now.
So you would break up.
Yeah,
You
I
would
think.
break up.
I mean, yeah, cause like how you said it, like
I told him I was like, you know, I haven't been wanting to tell you, and I've been feeling bad because I don't know how I would feel if you told me the same thing. You know what I mean? But like I said, I didn't expect a certain way for him to react. I was just being honest with him when he asked. If he asked me straight up, like I'm not gonna be like, oh nothing, you know, beat around the bush. No, I'll tell him the truth. And if he didn't want to be with me because of it, that is okay, because he doesn't have to be. You're not forced to stay in anything. And if something I bring up is too much for you, or I'm too much for you because of my anxiety and because of what it makes me feel and what it makes me think sometimes, because I was telling him it's hard for me to know what's real sometimes in my head. Anxiety doesn't, it overestimates like the fear and the doubts, and it underestimates how you can deal with them, kind of. And so it's hard for me to always to differentiate what's actually my thoughts, like what is coming from me and like normal fears, and what's actually like my anxiety heightening things.
Cause I was just gonna say it depends how like you say it, cause obviously I wasn't there, but like I would have took it. I would have took it as like, like it sounds like she is having her doubts obviously and wants to like experience
Other stuff.
other stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's like then I would obviously that would have frustrated me.
Yeah.
And I would have.
Yeah. No. He
Do
told
Do you
me.
think you would have dipped? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would have dipped just
yeah.
like
No,
that?
that's okay.
Because I wasn't there obviously to experience the tone you were saying it.
Hey, I don't think you were
Because
there.
that's not the words I'm looking for, but yeah, I'm a very like tone person, so the way you said it would have like affected me, but even just like hearing it right now, I feel like that's how I would have took it regardless.
I see, because I'd like to say I'd be like
Understanding.
yeah, like I'd like to assume I'd be the bigger person or be a little bit more mature about the situation, but if someone upfront came up to me and said something like that, I kind of like perceive it the same way. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Were you there?
I don't think I was there.
No,
My
I
bad.
don't think so either.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Honestly.
If I was there, I wouldn't be here, you know. But yeah, just going off that, I don't think that I'd be in that relationship either.
Yeah. No. I knew that those thoughts were like an issue, and that's why I didn't want to say anything about them. And then I just felt like I needed to, because I was being dishonest in a way, and I didn't feel like I was being fully genuine. You know what I mean? And I don't like to not be a genuine person. Like I'm. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think even for him, I think it might have been hard to decipher if he was doing it for like the better being of himself or even you. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
being in that situation, I think it'd kind of be hard to like.
Oh, I definitely was probably confusing the fuck out of him, because it's not that I didn't love him. Like I loved and respected him very much, and I still do. But anyway, no, but I just don't think that mentally I was doing okay, and I think that and I wasn't trying to waste his time or any means. Like we were together for 8 months, and so for him to hear that far into the relationship is just like, yeah, no, like if we're 8 months in, you know, you should know if you want to be with me or not, which is 100% like respectable. And I told him, you know, like, and like I asked if I could take like a couple days, and I know that probably sounds
Ooh, a
Break
breaky
you
break.
No, but-
You know how we feel about those.
Yeah. I think that, and that he's the same way. Like he felt the same way. And not to air out his business. I don't know if he'd even watch this, but like,
Probably not.
That's fucked up though.
No, I asked because he said maybe like we were talking and like he was honestly like he was just trying to look out for me when I brought it all up. Like he knew I was having anxiety. He knew how I was getting. Like I was like disassociating and like not doing okay, like for real. And he noticed it. And he was just saying like he wanted me to be happy and he didn't want me to feel anxiety. And he was like maybe you need to be alone. And I was like, and I told him I don't know what I need. And I was like maybe I do. And then after I said that, it was just like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be alone? Okay, be alone. You know? But no, he was just like, he wanted me to be happy, honestly. And if that was to have to be without him, then that's what was going to have to be. But I asked if I could take like a couple, because I was like, maybe I do. And then he was like, going to walk away. And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, don't. I was like, no, can we talk about it a little bit more? I was like, please. And then he was like, nah, you're just saying that because you saw me. I was actually about to leave. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that was the case. Like, I saw that he was really about to leave. And I was like, no, like, maybe we could talk about it, like, but he doesn't, like, he's not the type of person to do breaks, and that's 100% however you feel about it. But I felt like I just needed a couple of days to, like, catch up with my own self. Like, I felt like I was drowning, like, with myself. Like, I was not doing okay. But maybe I needed a little longer than a couple days, so it's good that everything just happened the way it did because it gives me a chance to obviously like learn more from the situation and be a better person and know more about myself too at the end of the day. But yeah, all respect to him if he's watching this.
Please come back. Please come back.
No.
Amazing.
No, honestly, no. I think that we should not be together. I think that we both have other things that we need to do, and I definitely need to focus on myself. Even though I would love to be with him. I know that's not what's right.
What do you? Quick answers.
What answer to what?
Would we
what would
break
you
up
guys do?
instantly? You go
Oh, what
first.
would I feel like you guys both said you guys would, but me, I would I'd want to like know why they're having that thoughts and like kind of dive into it and then like see maybe like I'd ask like what can I do to try to help, and if there's nothing I can do and like that's just how you feel and you feel like you'll be better off separating yourself, and that's just how it is, and we'll break up. But I do think I'd try to like figure something out.
I think I'd see it through a little bit too. I think the break part I wouldn't like.
Okay.
But I think I'd be able to. I wouldn't just break up right then and there. Like I try to see it through, especially if I really liked you. Then I don't think I just.
Yeah,
like,
that's
cut
when
you.
everyone's like, that's where everyone's like, maybe he didn't like you, and I'm like, you think? No, but I honestly think that his reaction was based out of his own love for himself and probably some for me too, like being like, no, you need to work on you. Like he's forcing me to do that, which is good. It hurts, but it's good.
What would have been the ideal answer for you? Like, what were you looking for there?
Like I said, I wasn't going in with any expectation, honestly.
Or what would you have wanted then?
You can have your space.
No, I mean with maybe like, I don't know, because I wouldn't want to string him along either, and I feel like maybe a break, he felt like that's what that was. And, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what my perfect answer to that would have been. I don't even know how I was feeling. I was confused within myself, and I just had to get it off my chest at the end of the day. I was just not, I don't know, but, yeah, I don't know.
It's probably better said than unsaid. At the end of the day, no matter what happened, it's definitely better.
It happened the way it was supposed to. That's all I know.
Do you have any questions for us then?
Let me think. Are you guys happy where you're at in life?
I'll start.
You must be happy.
I actually am. Not just academically. I'm kind of happy where I'm at. I would like to say on track or maybe even a little bit ahead on my degree. And my girlfriend. We're looking to move out this summer. Hopefully sooner than later. Early June, July, like latest, hopefully. But yeah, we're just been apartment hunting.
Nice.
Looking to move out. Already buying like basic essentials.
Ooh, yeah, that's one thing that people say to do even before
Yeah.
you move out is like when you get your paycheck, if you go shopping, buy something for your future house.
Yeah.
Make it less expensive when you move out.
I heard that too.
I would say, gosh, we're
How
like,
much?
I don't want to be like the person to get like a storage unit to like store all that stuff. So a lot of the bigger things,
Right.
we're kind of like holding out on.
Yeah,
but those
for
are like
sure.
the expensive things.
Yeah.
But yeah, very excited.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
very happy where I'm at.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm happy for
I
you.
was gonna get a storage unit.
For real?
Yeah, me and my sister are gonna split one and start putting stuff in there.
That's actually smart though, because
Yeah.
you're looking to actually get like a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my dad just brought that
Try
up. But
to rent
that's
a room from him.
It's smart.
side note. It was just side note. Yeah.
Especially because storage unit's only like $30 like the first month, and sometimes first month storage
Mhm.
unit's only like $5.
Yeah. What about you guys though?
Well, I'm the type of person where I'm not satisfactory with, where I'm at, and I always feel I can get better. But, I mean, I guess for the most part, I'm happy.
Are you content with where you're at?
I don't like the word content, I mean, I see myself like doing better, so I just want to continue that and keep doing better, like stuff like this, just want to grow all of that.
Very nice.
I like Brian's answer a lot. I feel like right now it's hard to say if I'm happy because like I don't know, I live day by day, so I kind of go like off of how the day's going. But I don't know, relationship's good, money's good. So
Relationship ain't great or like extraordinary.
oh, I mean, fantastic, but like money, all right, actually. So yeah, I mean, I would say I'm on track. I could be doing better, but yeah, I'm doing good so far.
Very nice.
I don't know. I don't think I'm super happy, but I kind of like that I'm not happy. Like, it may sound bad, but I think I've been trying to like force myself to be unhappy with where I'm at, because I want myself to like be pushed farther. Sometimes I tell myself I'm like even if something is like good, I tell myself I'm like it's not good enough, because I don't want to like get comfortable or like be content, like you say. I don't like that content either. So I don't think I'm that happy, but I think I'm trying not to be, because I want to like achieve further things. So I don't try to like gauge it by happiness, because I'm kind of negative towards myself.
Gotta give yourself those little wins though too. Don't bag on yourself too hard.
I feel like I know what he's saying though. It's like it's easy to get comfortable.
That's why I felt like was high school. Like I feel like high school I was so like comfortable, and I didn't do nothing. Like I just was there.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm getting into, I'm like, okay, like that's why I really want to buy a house, even though it's so like, it'd be stupid for me to buy it because I don't got the money, but it put like that pressure on me to where it's like, okay, like now it's real, like now you gotta actually like figure it out. Yeah, like because right now like I live at my parents' house, like I don't got that many bills, like so I don't have to worry about it. But I feel like I'm trying to give myself the extra like push and that pressure, so I become a diamond and I'm not a piece of coal.
Are you gonna wait till after college to buy a house, or are you trying to get one while you're in college?
I'm trying to get one tomorrow, but I'm not gonna get one tomorrow. So probably after college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, just to play devil's advocate off what these two guys said, well, I mean more so what Zach and Bryan said. I think just a little throwback to like our Valentine's episode, like the way we like give and receive love. Mine's always been like words of affirmation. So just kind of going off what Jazmine said, like giving yourself those little wins, that's important for me.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of the things that I did growing up like was kind of like looked over.
Yeah.
And I never got like acknowledged for the fact that like a lot of the things that seemed like very important to me was like nothing.
Yeah.
Or it was like expected. So
you gotta make them important to yourself.
yeah, so I've been doing a good job of doing that a lot more lately, and I think
Nice.
that's why I'm like content.
Yeah, and you're just yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, no,
That's
the way-
good.
The way you talk to yourself does definitely affect how you're gonna feel throughout the days. Like if you tell yourself, yeah, you're not doing good, like, but if you switch that up and be like, you know what, I'm grateful for the spot I'm at in my life, and like, realize what you have, but always know that you can get more.
Just never felt comfortable. Okay. This has been episode 16 of
Yes,
The
sir.
Dorm. Again, I've been not necessarily your host, but I'm outroing. So it's been Leono,
Bryan.
Oscar.
Zach.
and again, thank you for being here, Jazmine. You were a great guest, and
Thanks for having me. I
Very
appreciate
good.
it.
Thank you. You did a very good job.
yeah. So please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below, because y'all don't do that.
At all.
We need
At
those.
all. But yeah, again, just thanks for watching. It's been great.
Also share with your friends.
Oh,
Don't just subscribe. Share with your friends.
Yeah,
Post it on your social media.
And go follow our
please.
socials because we're also liking on those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bird out.
Slow as bird.